It's the man YSN, and you're listening to YSN Radio. Yes, sir. Y'all know what time it is, man. You're rocking with the man YSN, and you're tuning into the episode of YSN Radio, the coolest podcast in the South, man. Back in here with another episode. Hope you guys been having a pretty good week so far, man. It has been a lot that has transpired since we last met, man. A lot of crazy stuff, a lot of updates too, man. No, last time on the last episode, I was hyping up the weekend, the big weekend to end off January. Had a bunch of shows lined up, but remember that snowstorm I was talking about that ended up not coming up to anything? Well, it ended up showing its ass that weekend. So the vintage market ended up getting pushed around because of the snowstorm, and the Belly Gang Kush show that was supposed to be a sellout, supposed to be sold out. It was sold out, but ended up not happening because Belly Gang ended up canceling the day of the show. Decided he didn't want to come no more. Well, it's not that. He told us that his PO wouldn't let him go. Said, once she saw the flyer on his story, she tripped out and said he didn't report her or something like that. That's what they told the promoters. So bailed out the morning of the show, and so but they still end up having a pretty good turnout. Shout out to all the openers who decided they still were going to come and do their thing. OT Helix, TPG Flame, everyone else that hit the stage that night, man, and still put on a show for the crowd. Still a lot of people showed up, man, to show some love for the local acts. So that was real good to see, man. But as far as Belly Gang not showing up, that was a gut punch to everybody, because a lot of people was super excited to see him. There's a lot of people driving in town to come see him perform, man. They said his PO couldn't go. That's what they said, man. But he ended up that same night he was on stream with Drewski. So I just think he just didn't want to go. I just had something better to do. And but hey, it is what it is, man. That's in the past. But hey, we still got some more stuff coming in down the pipeline. April 17th, Zillionaire Doe is going to be in Knoxville. And they got your man YSN on the ones and twos. That's going to be at Mango's Lounge again. So fingers crossed, no funny business happens the day of the show for that one, man. But keep your eyes peeled for more details coming soon. Zillionaire Doe, April 17th, live in Knoxville at Mango's Lounge. So mark your calendars. It's going to be a good one. It's definitely going to be a good one, man. But getting into the topics, man, it's a lot to cover. Whole lot to talk about, man. First and foremost, I don't know if you guys have been seeing Glorilla and her sister Brorilla have been in a heated back and forth over the last couple of days, especially after Glorilla's sister went on live and put her on blast for not taking care of her family and saying that she's lying about retiring her parents and buying them houses and cars, claiming that she hasn't done anything for any of her family members. Her mom's still working at FedEx and she's completely cut everyone off. She's this horrible person, blah, 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 blah. And was going on and on and on about how Glorilla is obligated to give her some money because they grew up in the struggle together. And went the fuck off, went viral. Goes on TMZ, gives the same spiel, said we grew up rats and roaches everywhere. She's going around talking about our struggle but won't give us a dime. And the TMZ people ask, how much money do you think it's appropriate for her to give you? She says $2,500 flats. $2,500. You're going on this whole media tirade, dragging your sister's name through the mud for $2,500. The whole thing is really a mess, man. And it really just opens up a lot of people's eyes to how entitled people feel to your success, whether it's a family member or a friend or whatever the case may be. Once you start to see some growth and elevation in your career, people around you start treating you different and start acting like you owe them for whatever the case is. Even if you do or even if you don't, A lot of people start acting funny around you, man. And this opened up a lot of people's eyes to that. A lot of people were saying that Glorilla was wrong for not looking out for his sister. And a lot of people was on Glorilla's side. Like, look, that's her money. You feel me? Mind you, it was like Glorilla, I think they said there's 10 siblings. 10. Imagine, bro, like you come up a couple $1,000,000 and you got 10 motherfuckers expecting you to take care of them. Come on now. Come on now. These rappers don't be having that kind of money for real, as it is. Let alone enough to be taking care of 10 grown ass people. I can see, breaking them off like a little something, you feel me, to get them back on their feet, to get them on their feet, get them started, you feel me? But I'm not paying 10 people's bills, 10 grown ass able-bodied people bills because I made it. I'm sorry. If that makes me a bitch ass nigga, then I just gotta be a bitch ass nigga. But I don't think Glorilla's wrong at all. Especially after Brorilla or Scarf, whatever the fuck her name is going on the internet and making a whole spectacle out of it. Literally begging, making me like trying to paint me as a villain because I just won't pay her for simply existing. That's lame as hell. Lame as hell. But of course the internet does what the internet does. Cloud is a hell of a drug. She's dragging this out now. She's getting booked for club appearances, content, interviews, all that. And, hey, get your bag. It's just crazy that she was doing all this, or she's doing all this off of dragging down her own family. It's sad to see. Sad to see. But this whole Glorilla situation really exposes the reality behind the black tax. If you don't know, the black tax is when black people become successful in their careers and they feel obligated to take care of their family. Whether it's their parents, siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles, whatever it is, they feel like they need to give back to their family because they're owed. And in turn, it ends up damages in them because that money that they could be investing into themselves or putting into things that are going to grow and build generational wealth, they're just giving it away to the people around them that may or may not have the ability to sustain or have the knowledge or the wisdom to handle that type of money correctly. Or they're just completely irresponsible as it is. It's going to fuck it up and be back in the same position and be looking at you again with a handout. And it's a cycle that we see all the time. And it starts just like this. Family members using, we used to, what about back in struggle? You're just going to forget about us, blah, 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 and try to guilt you and shame you into not taking care of them, using their own shortcomings to make you feel bad for them. In all reality, we all got the same 24. God bless me with these talents, and I am blessed enough to be reaping the benefits of it. Where were you when I was in the gym? Now, there's one thing if Glorilla's sister was in the studio with her when she was coming up, driving her to shows, helping her out in the early days. But according to Glorilla and her siblings, what's her name? Brorilla, her sister, was hating on her the entire time, making fun of her for performing at barbecues and clowning her, saying she was never going to make it. Now she's a global superstar and she's obligated to pay her whatever she needs or pay whatever she wants because they struggled together when they was kids. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here, man. I've always said, once I do get to a position where I am able to enjoy financial abundance, become a rich ass nigga, I already have a list of people I'm going to look out for. And I've been knowing that list for years. And if you're not on that list by now, I'm sorry to you, brother. I'm sorry to you, man. But, hey, this is just, let this be a lesson, to everyone watching this. You don't know anybody anything. You don't owe anybody anything, especially if they're going to turn around and do you like this in the public eye. They were never real in the first place, man. So you definitely got to be watchful for everyone around you, especially family, man. Especially family. It's just sad to see all this unfold, man. But I think Glorilla's going, she's going to come of it. come out on top as always. And I'm excited because I feel like on the next project or next song or something, she's definitely going to throw some shots her way. And Glorilla is already funny as it is, so I'm excited to see how she addresses this in the music because I'm pretty sure she will. But man, moving on, the Super Bowl was on Sunday, and what a boring ass game. Oh my gosh. I thought going into it was going to be a good game going in. Super Bowl and the Patriots, both really good teams. But I didn't realize just how good the Patriots defense is and just how dominant the Seahawks defense is. And literally until the fourth quarter, it was just kickoff. Just kick, like it was nothing but field goals. Because nobody could score. Nobody could score, man. It was a defensive game. Defensive games are always super boring, bro. You never want to see a defensive Super Bowl, bro. You never do. Those are always just big snoozers. The snoozer bowl. Man, but I did feel bad for Drake May. Drake May got destroyed. 6 sacks he took during the game. 6 sacks. And nobody is getting a flame more for those 6 sacks than Will Campbell. You don't know who Will Campbell is. He is the left tackle for the New England Patriots. And there's this viral edit that's been all over TikTok about him. It's been going viral for the last couple months. Because I think when he got drafted, this year or last year, whenever he got drafted, he was saying like he's going to dedicate his life to protecting Drake May. And it's another clip from when he was playing in LSU where he's saying if you give up 1 sack a game, 12 games straight, you're going to be working at Amazon. They gave up 6 sacks in one game in the Super Bowl, the biggest game of his life. And people online are letting him hear it, man. And I ain't gonna lie, bro, I do feel kind of bad because that's a hole that you dig for yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I totally get what he's saying. And he's still a fantastic player. It was just not his night. It's not his night, man. But like I said, he's like a rookie or been in the league 1 or 2 years. So he's got plenty of time to redeem himself. I just don't think any of them are ready. Lights got too bright. And the Seahawks are just way too dominant. It just wasn't going to happen, man. Wasn't going to happen. And even though the Patriots may have lost, but nobody lost worse. Nobody took a bigger L than Stefon Diggs. Somehow, someway, Stefon Diggs lost more than the Patriots did that night. Not only did he lose the Super Bowl, he also lost Cardi B. Not only did he lose Cardi B, he now got to go to court and answer for beating the shit out of his private chef a couple months ago, because that's still an open case. And a lot of people talking crazy in the comments a couple weeks ago, saying that the case is closed and all this. It's not. But I do find it kind of crazy is just how quick the tables turn. Them tables turn quick as hell. Because a few weeks ago, I thought Stefon Diggs was the luckiest villain on the planet. The nigga had Cardi B on the sideline cheering for him, talking about how she was gonna cook him a big ass meal and then he's going to the Super Bowl. What more could he ask for? And then loses it all 3 weeks later. That's not funny, but god damn. I don't know, man. I feel like from what I hear, I think Stefon Diggs, I guess he invited like another baby mama of his to the game and had her sit in the front row with his kids, and Cardi didn't like that and some shit. I don't know, whatever it is. It really doesn't matter, man. But for the sake of the argument, man, Stefon Diggs has experienced the highest highs and experiencing the lowest lows in a matter of 3 business weeks. Hate to see it, man. Hate to see it. You lost Cardi B and the Super Bowl in the same weekend, man. Dang, it's crazy. Them tables turn quick. Speaking of the Super Bowl, the halftime show had everybody buzzing, man. Halftime show went crazy. Bad Bunny was the headliner, and personally, I think he put on a fantastic performance. That's just my personal opinion. I have had the privilege to visit Puerto Rico on 2 different occasions. Both occasions were lovely. So watching that performance made me feel like I was back in La Placita, living it up. Living it up, man. TT Mi Pregunto opening up the set with a banger like that. Oh, Brought back some fond memories. I tell you what, man. Even though I don't speak a lick of Spanish, it's all about the vibes, man. It's all about the vibes. And I don't know how you can hate on music that just makes you feel good, makes you want to dance. How can you hate on that? Everybody on there dancing and having a good time, and people hating me because they can't understand the words. Who cares? Just dance. Just dance. Just dance. I do wonder why Lady Gaga came out though and performed. She did a great job and performed Die With a Smile. But I wonder what was the point of that, because Bad Bunny isn't on that song. If he did background vocals, that's news to me. But Lady Gaga was great in the show. I do think it's funny how Lady Gaga has just completely abandoned her race to be the weirdest person in the world. And every time you see her, she's just a normal, angelic white lady. But back when I was a kid, she was showing up to award shows in a pork chop suit. Covered in steaks and pork chops, or Kermit the Frog, or whatever the fuck. Just like, oh no, like, I don't know. Still to this day, I don't know what any of that was about. But it's like a major rebrand for sure. But it was cool to see her perform, man. But the funniest part of this whole Bad Bunny ordeal is watching all the conservatives have a complete and utter meltdown online. As if a nigga singing some songs in Spanish on national TV is just going to send the country into hell. They were acting like this man was on the 50-yard line sacrificing a baby. Like, motherfuckers talking about, oh, it was anti-American. It was bad for the children. Blah, 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 blah. How can you watch a bunch of fine-ass Latina women dancing and having a good time and think that's bad for America? And then they're talking about, oh, he's not American. He's not American. He's not American. I like how we always conveniently forget that Puerto Rico is an American territory. They always seem to forget that when it's time to shit on some people. All of a sudden, Puerto Rico is not America anymore. But like I said, I've had the privilege to go to Puerto Rico on 2 different occasions. Both time I went, guess who's on the beach touring? That's right. White people. Puerto Rico's not such a bad place when you want to travel out the country with no passport. Clock it. Hey, man. Shout out to all my people in Puerto Rico, bro. It's a beautiful country, beautiful island, lovely people, lovely food, lovely culture. And it was such a great experience seeing it for myself. And I had a great time watching it on display at the Super Bowl halftime show, man. Bad Bunny did a fantastic job. And if you don't like it, fuck you. Plain and simple. They had that whack ass All-American halftime show that aired on YouTube with like Kid Rock and fucking Brantley Gilbert and whoever the fuck else. Like, first off, whoop-de fucking do. How are you gonna go up against Bad Bunny, one of the biggest superstars on the planet, with Kid Rock and think that you doing something? Come on now. What is this, 1999? Like, come on now. And then on top of all that, the Turning Point people got exposed for buying fake views for the halftime show broadcast. Apparently it was pre-recorded like weeks ago and then premiered on YouTube, and then they botted the live viewers, saying that they had like 6 to 10 million live viewers across all platforms. But if you know how YouTube does it, if you premiere a video and you watch it live as it premieres, you can see like how many people are watching it live. But after that premiere ends, or after that broadcast ends, it shows the views, like the concrete views that the video had, not, so if they had 6 million live viewers, as they say, why after the broadcast ended, there was only 5,000 view counts and like 150 something likes and no comments? Somebody lying. Somebody lying. I didn't watch that bullshit, but it didn't seem like anybody else did either. Of course, they're all online talking about, oh, the Bad Bunny performance was a flop. Nobody tuned into it, and the All American halftime show was the biggest performance in America. Blah blah blah. A whole lot of bullshit, man. A whole lot of bullshit. And I just, once again, Puerto Rico is an American territory. Bad Bunny is Puerto Rican. Therefore, his performance was just as American as having Kid Rock on stage. Plain and simple. But I think people are so blinded by their hatred for Hispanics and anything that's not the quote unquote WASP, white Anglo-Saxon Protestant, that everything is just evil and anti-American to them. I don't know. I just think it's all that shit is just clown shit, bro. It's all clownery to me. All clownery to me, man. But once again, shout out to Bad Bunny. I think he did a great, fantastic job, bro. Fantastic job. Speaking of people doing a fantastic job, got some music reviews to let off. J. Cole finally dropped his long-awaited project, The Fall Off, and I will say he did a fantastic job, bro. I'm going to pull up the track list right now. Apparently, this is supposed to be his retirement album. It was a great album, but I did not get retirement vibes. He was still talking about how he's going to continue to kill the game in the future on some of the tracks. So, like, usually, you know, if this is like a retirement album, you wouldn't think that he would allude to continuing to rap in the future. But that's neither here nor there. Some of my favorite songs on the project were Safety. Bunts Road Blues with Tim and Future. That was a fantastic track. Who the Fuck Is You was a great one as well. Going into disc 2, I Love Her Again. That was a great song because a little backstory. I Love Her Again was an ode to Common's I Used to Love Her. And when if you're not hip to Common's I Used to Love Her, it's like a love song to this fictional lady who went through all these changes, but the lady in question is a metaphor for hip hop. And J. Cole borrows that same premise in I Love Her Again and talks about the evolution of hip hop, how he fell in love with it, and how the South ended up taking over, and how he can't listen. You know, his relationship changed with her. You know, after you start having kids and things like that, he wasn't engaging with her as much anymore, and now she's coming back with BBLs and, you know, trying to flex for the gram. It was all a metaphor for hip hop. And how hip hop has changed over time. You know, we all, hip hop started in New York. Then the South started to take over. The snap music era went crazy. And he talks about that in the album. And he talks about, you know, growing up and having kids. And he can't play the same things that he used to listen to when he was younger. You know, when he was dating hip hop, when, you know, as a young guy, he can't play that same music for his kids anymore. So he started to fall back from it. Now he revisits it. It's not the same as it used to be. You know, and I think it was a brilliant rendition of Common's track. I've always been a really big fan of Common. So once I put two and two together, I was really pleased with how he approached that record. So shout out to J. Cole for that. Another good song on there is What If, and this is another concept record where he raps in the perspective of Pac and Biggie, talking about what if they were able to talk to each other and talk their problems out. Would things still be the same today? Would they still have ended up met the same demises that they did? You know, if their vision wasn't clouded by all the pointless beef and all the unnecessary drama that was going on surrounding the both of them. What if? Who knows? I thought that was a fantastic record, man. But overall, like I said, a great album. A great album. I don't think there's really nothing I could say he went wrong with here. You know, a lot of people have their own their own opinions about it. Of course, you know, people always hating on J. Cole, especially after the Kendrick and Drake beef, you know, but like I said, bro, that shit's old, man. That shit's over. I don't care about that shit anymore, bro. But as far as this album and J. Cole in particular, man, I think he did a great job on it, man. So shout out to J. Cole on The Fall Off. And another thing that I think is cool that J. Cole is doing is, in lieu of a traditional media run where, you know, rappers, they'll hit the Breakfast Club or, you know, do a couple of interviews and call it a day, J. Cole is actively on a nationwide tour where he's selling physical hard copies of the fall off for $1 out the trunk of his Honda, taking it back to the old school, meeting the people where they are and actually touching them. And I think that is genius because, again, he could easily just do an interview on the Breakfast Club, sit down with Ebro. Excuse me. He could easily do an interview on the Breakfast Club, sit down with Ebro on Apple Music, go to the Joe Budden podcast, all these super huge platforms that you can go and sit down and have a interview with, much like everyone else does, when they're rolling out their album. But he's taking a different approach. And like I said, touching the people, hitting the ground, putting boots on the ground and touching the people, man. You don't see a lot of people doing that, especially not artists on his level, man. So shout out to J. Cole. And like I said, The Fall Off was a fantastic album, bro. So happy to see that he delivered, man. Another track that I want to cover before we get on out of here is Sexy Red's He Wanna Hang With a Bad Bitch, man. If you've been following this show, I've been a huge Sexy Red fan since day one. And she got a bank on her hands, man. Here you want to hang with a bat. Got Key Glock on that motherfucker too. Take Keith on the production, man. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. And it's super simple. He want to hang with a bad bitch. He want to hang with a bad bitch. And I feel like the reason why the song goes so hard is because sometimes you just want to hang with a bad bitch. Like, I ain't trying to fuck. I ain't trying to do nothing. I just want to hang with some fine women, bro. There is nothing wrong with that at all. There is nothing wrong with that at all. And I know a lot of niggas agree with me, bro. I know a lot of niggas agree with me, man. It's been a few times. Hey, I done invited. I'm not going to snitch on myself, bro. But hey, just know, a lot of real niggas felt that shit. Sometimes you just want to hang with a bad bitch. You don't want nothing out of it. I just came here to hang, and that's it. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. And Sexy Red hit the nail right on the head again. Shout out to her, man. St. Louis in the building, bro. But man, oh man. I just like that song, bro. I just like that song, man. But boom, we can wrap it up on that note, man. If you made it this far, thank you for listening, man. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube jazz. Keep your eyes peeled. A lot more content coming down the pipeline, man. I believe that I actually did a DJ set for the Butterflies Collective, DJ Chloe and DJ Lon. If you watched the vlog I put out with them a couple months back, they have a YouTube series themselves called the Butterflies Collective, and they allowed me to come on their show and do my thing. So that should be dropping here in the next couple weeks. And also shout out to my girl, Zari Ferrari. Booked me for her show coming up at the end of this month, Drift Club Radio. I'll be performing there and doing some vlogging interviews on the scene. That should be coming, like I said, a couple weeks from now, man. So keep your eyes open for that. And YSN Radio will be back at South by Southwest this year. Just announced that last week on the Instagram, man. So boom, if you're going to be in Austin, Texas for South by Southwest, get out with me. I'm going to be there the 13th through the 15th. It's that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, man. So it's a lot going on. If you've been tuned into the show, you already know how I do South by Southwest weekend, man. So this year is going to be no different. So if you're going to be there, whether you're an artist, DJ, tastemaker, whatever the case is, holla at me. Let's collab. Let's do some work, man. So boom, South by Southwest in March. It's going to go crazy. Zionel Doe, April 17th. Mark your calendars. End of this month, we're going to be live at Closet with Zari Ferrari for Drift Club. It's going to be a good show, man. It's going to be a good show. So make sure y'all tap in. Follow us on Instagram, YSN Radio 1, TikTok, YSN Radio. If you're listening to us, stream us on all platforms that you get your podcast from, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that jazz, man. And keep in tune. Check out the website, ysnradio.com. Until next time, same place. It's the coolest podcast in the South, YSN Radio. Let's go.